Hi, James here. I want to share something with you today that really bothers me. What is it? Trying to control the cameras and all of this stuff that we're doing when recording. I've always been a big fan of trying to do things live as much as possible and staying away from editing, because editing, I'm not really good at it. And in fact, I prefer to have someone else do it than do it myself. It takes a lot of extra time and I'm just really not that creative. So one of the things I try and do is kind of pre-edit or remove the requirement for edit by trying to do as much editing as I can while I'm actually doing the live feed. And there's a whole bunch of different ways of doing that, and the one that I like best is using a tool like Ecamm, which is for live webcasting, but it allows you to bring a lot of different inputs into the whole package. One of the things that I really like about it is it allows me to switch back and forth between the screen, for example, and using the screen and my headshot, or going back and forth and looking only at the screen or only at the chat. And in fact, I don't have another camera set up today, but I often have a camera set up over here, and I can switch it so I'm looking at this camera or I'm looking back at this camera. The whole idea here is that when you're doing these training courses and these sessions, what you want to try and do is make sure that in fact you try and keep things broken up on a regular basis to keep people's attention. It's not enough just to have great content, and if you're a wonderful speaker, you may be able to pull it off, but a lot of times training and speaking are not the same thing. So you want to try and chunk things up as much as possible, not only in the content, but the way that you're actually delivering it. So here's what I end up doing. I bought a tool called a Stream Deck. I'll hold this up for you. Actually, let me go back to the main screen here so you can see the live feed, but this is a little thing called a Stream Deck. This is the mini one. There's actually one that I think has like 12 or 16 different buttons on it. There's a new one that does video and audio. And the whole idea here is that if I press some of these buttons, I may end up changing different pieces on the screen, right? So I set up the buttons to change the things on the screen without me having to do them. The only problem is that this device has to be out in front of me on the screen, and a lot of times I want to look down to see which button that I'm pressing. Now, you can get fancy, you can probably get good at it, but there's another way to fix that, and I'm going to show it to you today because we're going to open it up. Now, here's the thing. Let me just reach over here for a second. I actually picked up another thing. The company that makes these, the Stream Deck and some of these other pieces that I use is Elgato. And in fact, I'm going to do another session because they did a really cool tool, a teleprompter that works now that I'm using to create the course content, all of the online videos. But this other piece I'm going to show you right now is actually similar to the Stream Deck, but in fact, I'll hold it up. It's the Stream Deck Pedal. And what that means is I'm going to be able to put this under my feet and have the same buttons set up that I do on this little thing that I'd have to reach for all the time. I'd actually have it set up on the pedals on my feet. So let's take a look, see what it has inside. I'll open it up here, and I haven't even opened this up. I bought it a little while ago, but didn't take the time to open it. And let's see if I can actually get it. I got something going here. I bought this, when was it? Labor Day sale, which is a while ago. Do I have to pull this? I think so. There we go. There we go. So we'll open that one up. Front should come out, and Stream Deck Pedal should open up. And I'll do my best to hold this up so that you can see it. And there we go. It's just a small device. We're going to pull off the sticker here. And let's see what happens. I don't think it's that big. Let's put that down by the side. There we go. That's all that it is. So you can see there's 3 pedals. There's one on each side and one in the middle. So what I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to hook this up now, and it's going to hook up to the Elgato Stream Deck software that works on your Mac or your Windows PC, and it's going to give me the ability to start changing my screen, not by looking down at my Stream Deck to make sure I'm pressing the right button, but in fact just by using my feet on these pedals underneath. And I'll be able to do things like this. and not have to worry about what I'm doing or what I'm not doing. Okay, so kind of a neat tool, and the reason that I suggest using this is because if you can get used to bringing these different shots in and getting used at bringing the screen back and forth, bringing yourself back and forth, maybe doing a picture-in-picture, and having the ability to do edits on the fly, you remove the requirement for having to do edits after. And remember, I'm always talking about what you want to do is you want to make sure that you can capture your digital exhaust. The quality of the exhaust that you capture, in this case, somewhat edited video, makes converting it and using and monetizing that captured digital exhaust, it makes it a lot easier. So I'll put the link below for this particular device. Let's go back, see if we can actually see it here. There we go. There we go. Go back. I'll put the link back to the device, to both of them, so that you can take a look at it. It's a great tool. This one I have used before. This is a new one. All I got to do is hook the cable up, get it connected, and make sure that I have the keys associated with what I want to have happen when each pedal is hit on, and we'll start using it as I start to capture all my digital exhaust. This is James speaking from Training Site IO. Take care. Expect the best.